OMSI 2 was released all the way back in 2013, and somehow, 13 years later, people are still playing it. There are newer bus simulators, much better graphics, and games that run significantly better. Yet OMSI 2 still has quite an active community. New maps are still being released, new buses are being made, and people are still putting hundreds, even thousands of hours into the game. So that raises the question of, is OMSI 2 still actually worth playing in 2026? That's a complicated question. Let's start with the bad. I'm not going to pretend that OMSI 2 has aged pretty perfectly. We know it hasn't. The game is incredibly frustrating at times. Performance is by far one of the biggest issues. You can have the most modern computer, as do I, and load into the game and you're only getting 30 FPS. I could play Cyberpunk and get 80 or 60 FPS. And this game came out in 2013, so the question is how? How can this actually still be happening? There are the random stutters, AI doing whatever the AI kind of wants to do, textures not loading in, and of course, as we know, OMSI just decides to crash once it's had enough or run out of memory. Getting some of the buses and maps just to work is just takes a ridiculous amount of time, and the amount of things you have to download to actually make this game somewhat playable is somewhat ridiculous. Sometimes you'll actually spend longer installing the map than actually driving in it, which I've experienced that with, I think like the Adstyle map. Despite all of that, people still come back, including me, and there is a very clear reason for that. OMSI 2 has one of the best driving mechanics in any simulator, I believe. And this is why OMSI 2 has survived for as long as it has. It actually feels like you're operating a bus rather than playing an arcadey game like Bus Simulator 2027. There are detailed dashboards, controls, IBIS displays, doors, announcements, and just different vehicles. The sounds as well. Different buses feel different to drive as well. They're not all the same. That's something that I've always liked about OMSI. It's not just accelerate and braking and open the doors and repeat and ticket selling. You know, the bus itself is just makes the game what it is. Driving the bus, the sound, the window sound. How can we all forget that window sound? But then we get to the OMSI 2 maps. The maps, they are just amazing. There is so much content available for this game after 13 years, whether it be DLC or unpaid. And I actually find that a lot of the unpaid versions are just amazing, just as amazing. You know, you've got huge German maps like Berlin, Spandau, or British cities like London or Ketelstone or the Adstyle project, countryside routes, or fictional networks that people have made. Some of these maps have changed the game for what it is. I think Thungierwald is one of them that just made it so amazing. You go from driving in this countryside to a little small town. You know, there's country roads, there's massive estates of housing, and then you're suddenly in traffic. So that there is just so much to OMSI 2, and the maps are definitely the reason why people still come back to. There is still an active community there. Leading on from that, as mentioned, the community is what keeps OMSI 2 alive. Without the mods, maps, buses, and other community-related stuff, I don't think OMSI probably would have survived as this long. You know, there are buses from different countries, eras, and manufacturers. There are some maps that give you hours upon hours of routes. I've probably filmed about 150 routes, and I am probably not even a tenth of the way through all the playable routes in OMSI. I have 580 hours worth of playtime on OMSI, and I just keep coming back to it because there's always new content, either it's paid or unpaid. So I suppose the question is asked, is OMSI 2 still worth playing in 2026? It's a hard one to answer, but for me, yeah. It's far from a perfect game. It's outdated, badly optimized, and occasionally makes you question why you're actually still playing it. But underneath these problems and outdated game, it's still a very incredibly detailed bus simulator. The driving is great, the buses are detailed, There are hundreds and hundreds of hours of content available, and after 13 years, the community is still there. There are newer bus simulators that look better, are better optimized and all that, but it's just not OMSI. It's hard to describe. OMSI is just perfect in a weird way. It's not beautiful, it's not optimized, but it's perfect. That doesn't make any sense, but it just does at the same time. I don't think I would be changing to any new bus simulator anytime soon. There has to be something that is as good as OMSI that I'm finding it very hard to believe will come out one day. But what do you think? Is OMSI 2 still the best simulator, or is something coming, or has something actually replaced it yet? Let me know down below. And if you're looking for some maps to actually get started with, check out my top 5 OMSI 2 maps video. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe. Till next time, I'll see you in the next one.